Today I'm talking about too much B12 can be toxic.
Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist. Get healthy now.
Hi, Dr. Paul Haider. Just want to talk about a new study that came out in the Journal of American Medical Association. It just came out a week ago, I think it was. And talking about B12, if you would take a large dose of it, it can be toxic. And they did a study of 5,000 and more people, and they found that over a long period of time, and they found that people who had high blood levels of B12 had they had early death. They didn't live as long as other people who had lower levels of B12. So they really don't understand what's going on with that exactly, and why that is. Some people think that it might be because it causes problems with the liver or causes problems with the kidneys, and we really don't know the answer. From the very beginning, I always thought, taking mega doses of anything is really not a good idea. I mean, really. A lot of people think so, but I don't believe so. And from the very get-go, I tried taking some B12, like this is 1,000 micrograms, and I didn't feel good. So I decided, nope, I'm not going that way. From the very beginning, when I started my whole foods plant-based diet, Dr. Paul Haider at paulhaider.com, I went with chlorella. Now, chlorella is a green algae compared to a blue-green algae. Blue-green algae don't have any of the B12 in it, that which we can use. And while chlorella, and there's different ideas about this, but there's still more studies to be done, does have regular absorbable B12, and I take 3,000 milligrams of chlorella every morning, and I feel great. I have to say, when the first 2 weeks of doing my diet, and I didn't feel good, and we were in New York, and I told my wife, you know what, I'm going to go to the health food store, I'm going to get some chlorella, and I took it, and within a half hour I was feeling in the pink again. So it's really important. You do need B12. If you're on a diet like mine, a whole foods, plant-based diet, you need B12. There's no doubt about it. But you can get it from natural sources, absolutely, positively. You need to take very little. Some people say, and we're still looking at this now, 250 micrograms, and I'd say even less. The lower, the better. Maybe even 100 micrograms, maybe 150, maybe 200 in there somewhere. And you're going to get some from your fruits and vegetables and that type of thing also. And just not, we're not supposed to take mega doses. Nutritional yeast will give you a lot of B12 also. So if you're taking nutritional yeast, take a teaspoon or two daily, you're going to get a lot of B12, which is great. And I'll use it in your food. It has a nice cheesy flavor. I really love it myself. I think it's one of the best things ever around, and I use it all the time. Another thing is, like I said, chlorella. Chlorella, I take 3,000 milligrams. That gives you about 250 to 250 micrograms to 300 micrograms, depending on who you read. It varies, and we still need more studies on that. Fermented soy tempeh. So fermented soy, on the average, does have quite a bit of B12 in it also, and that varies on who you read also. Nori, and this is one of my favorite things, actually. This is, seaweed. It comes in little containers like this. One of my favorite things. A little fishy, this is salty, this has been roasted. In Japan, they eat at least 3 or 4 squares of nori every morning. And no wonder they don't have a B12 deficiency, It has a lot of B12 in it. So that's one great thing about nori you can have. And you can roast your own. And in roasting it also, it doesn't seem to take away the B12. So, and in roasted nori is great for you. And I just love it, love it, love it. There's no doubt about it. Also, fortified plant milks, the cashew milks, the soy milks, the, almond milks, all those things are fortified with B vitamins and B12 especially. So you get some right there also. Also, some mushrooms have quite a bit of B12, and I think it's really important to get our, B12 from natural sources as much as possible. And I think a lot of people are really overdoing it. I had a lady, actually her boyfriend called me, and she was in the hospital, a young lady in her 20s, and he wanted my advice, and I said, well, you need to check with your doctor about what's going on. They got to do studies, and they found out that she had an overdose of B12, and it was not good for her liver. So really, it's important that you don't take, well, I see this all the time in the drugstores. You go to a drugstore, the B12 starts at 1,000 micrograms. And it's like, wow, this is not good. 2,000, 10,000, 20,000 micrograms. And it's like, wow, this is really not good. Why are they doing this, I think it's important to, a little bit is good for you. A lot is not good for you. Kind of the Western idea is, a little bit is good for you, a lot is going to be better. No, it doesn't work that way. It can be toxic, and I think that's really plays out when it comes to this study, and I think we're going to have a lot more studies about this. But I think a person should get their B12 just in a natural way and allow yourself to take it that way. Get your plant-based milk, it's fortified, and take that. Take some nori on a regular basis. 3 or 4 sheets is a good thing. Have some fermented soy, tempeh, which is a great thing also. And also take some chlorella if you like. And mushrooms are really good. A lot of different mushrooms. You can look up which ones are your favorites, and also which ones you think would give you the most B12. So, and nutritional yeast, of course. Nutritional yeast is it's a saver for anybody that's on a plant-based diet like me, or, anybody in general. I think it's wonderful, and I don't go without it. So have a wonderful day. If you would like to get a hold of me, all my contact info is right down below. Just click on see more down below, and it's right there. And at the end of this video also, it's kind of there in the background. You can click stop the video and look at it and see all the individual information. If you want to do a consult, my consultation fee is a $50 donation, and you can do it together with your wife or your spouse or your other half, and we can get you on the road to feeling great and having a great life and having great health and vitality and really feeling good. And that's a great thing for the new year to get you started. So have a wonderful day. Remember God, and remember, I love you.